Today we are playing a 0 rare mono red deck in Standard. Let's jump in and check it out. Let's go through the creatures first. We have 4 copies of Cacophony Scamp, 1 red for a 1/1. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice it if you do proliferate. So we're going to pump up the Scamp with cards like Ancestral Anger, gets +X/+0, where X is 1 plus the number of cards named Ancestral Anger in your graveyard, then draw a card. We can pump it with Blazing Crescendo, +3/+1 until end of turn, exile the top card of your library. Till the end of your next turn, you may play that card. And then when we sack it, we get to deal damage equal to its power. So we pump it up, hit our opponent with a big creature, and then sack it to do the damage all over again. So really powerful card. Next, we have 4 copies of Monastery Swiftspear, 1 red for a 1/2 haste prowess, triggering off all of these instants and sorceries we're playing. Next, 4 copies of Phoenix Chick, essentially just a 1 mana, 1/1 haste, but if it dies, we could bring it back if we attack with 3 or more creatures and pay 2. Comes in tapped and attacking with a +1/+1 counter on it. Next, we have 4 copies of Rabbit Battery. 1 mana, 1/1 haste. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 in haste, so we can re-equip it for 1 red. And then lastly, in our creatures, we have Kumano faces Kakkazan. So 1 red for a Saga, deals 1 damage to each opponent. The next stage, when you cast your next creature spell, it enters with a +1/+1 counter on it. Then it flips into a 2/2 haster. We talked about Ancestral Anger. We also have Play with Fire. So 1 red to deal 2 damage to any target. If a player's dealt damage this way, we get to scry 1. We have 4 copies of Blazing Crescendo. We have 4 copies of Lightning Strike, deal 3 to any target, and 4 copies of Reckless Impulse. Exile the top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. And just simply playing 20 basic mountains. So that's the deck, classic mono red strategy. Let's go ahead and jump into game number 1. This is an interesting hand. I think I'm going to keep it. So I wish we had 1 more creature, but hopefully we can draw into one with the Ancestral Anger. So I don't think it matters who we start with really, but more likely that we get the Phoenix Chick in. If the opponent stumbles a little bit, it's more likely that we get to block, or we get to avoid blockers with the Ancestral Anger on a flyer. So it's interesting that they are trying to race here. Let's just go ahead and play our 2 creatures. And we'll hopefully have a nice attack with Cacophony Scamp next turn. Get them down to 18. Beast Caller. And Ronin. Okay, that's interesting. No blocks. So here we can go +1/+0 on the Scamp. And then we could attack all. I think we'll keep back Rabbit Battery. And we'll attack like this. We'll go Blazing Crescendo. We'll sack it. Deal them another 5. We're not proliferating. We'll deal them another 5. So now they're at 7. Next turn, hopefully they get greedy here and attack. I mean, they're putting out some good damage too. But this is good. So here, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just see. Hopefully they don't have removal. If they do, they probably go for it here. Okay, so that's 3. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're just going to do it like this. So we're going to go hit for 3. Take the less risky line in case they have removal. Which, in fact, they did. Okay, so now we're going to play Cacophony Scamp. Let's see, we take a bunch of damage next turn this way. So here we have to use the Lightning Strike now. Let's see, this is 3, 4, 5. We chump block 1. It's unlikely that they can kill us here. So we'll put them to 4. We'll chump block with Rabbit Battery. And then next turn, we can attack with an Ancestral Anger. Ooh, they had one more creature. So I think this is gonna be enough to get us... Oh, man! Let's see. So we have to block both Beast Callers. If they attack all, they force 2 chumps here. Because we can't let either of those creatures through. We take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could still... We could still win this game. If we rip something good. There you go. There it is. Alright. Good game. Wow, brutal. There you go. GG. This looks like a good hand to me. I think we'll start with Rabbit Battery. Just get in for our first point of damage here. And next turn... we can... They'd probably go for Cut Down here. I'm gonna go for it anyway. Little bit of risky play, but that's alright. Okay, they had it. That's okay. We'll play Scamp and pass to them. Alright, let's attack. And we will decline here. Last turn, we'll Lightning Strike on their end step. So here, I think I'm going to go for this, actually. Since we get to essentially turn that into a burn spell, and then hit another card. Let's see. They have the counter. Sure. Okay, pass turn to them. And we'll just throw this at their face. I don't see why not. Down to 11. Okay, hitting a few lands here, unfortunately. Okay.
I've already read your thoughts. You won't stop us.
Rabbit Battery, good draw. Hopefully they don't have the last cut down. But we're gonna go for it. Make them have the answers. Okay. Sure, just play another one. Why not? Here... Not super concerned about mill. Creature gets -3, -0. I guess that's okay. I'm gonna put it at them. Because I think we're more likely to be able to get them dead before that Jace matters. Oof. Good answer there. Okay, we're milling. Really far from 20. Play with fire. We will tax mana on their turn. And then we'll get the Scry. Assuming it resolves. Okay. Milling a bunch of lands. I'll take that. And hopefully this resolves. Okay, and we need to bottom this because we really need to hit a creature. Okay, this is fine as well. Again, we're going to tax their mana on their turn.
Heal.
Maybe they just have creature counters or removal spells. Or maybe they don't want to use a counter on this. Syncopate. Alright. Ancestral Anger. Damn, couldn't have been a creature when they were tapped out.
No secret escapes my grasp.
Okay. I'm gonna hold this land in case they're playing Liliana or some other form of discard. Okay, this might be tough for us to get damage through what I'm assuming are a million counter spells that they're holding.
Our plans are beyond
Like
your
they're just not going to let us resolve anything, but we'll see. We're going to try. 5 is low enough that we might be able to pull something off here. So let's say it's another Syncopate. I'm just going to go for it. And we might scoop this game up here in a minute if this gets removed. We're just so out of gas. Okay. Good game. You got it. Close one. Looks like a good start to me. So we get to start with the Swiftspear. Hopefully no removal here. Let's see. Could play around, cut down. I'm gonna play this first. See what happens. I'm gonna go for it. And excellent. We get to bash them for 4. Already down to 14. It's a good start. This turn, we want the counter on the Swiftspear. And then we'll go ahead and play Reckless Impulse this turn. We'll use all of our mana. We'll get the Prowess triggers. Yep, assuming removal spell there. Then it does tax their life total, so that's good. Opponent down to 10. Make a sack, I'm assuming.
Happy to help, but
Sure.
I've always hated.
Now this turn, we're going to play our land from exile. Our creature from exile. We have a haste creature. We'll just play our 2 haste creatures. And let's hope that they don't have a board wipe here, because that would be pretty painful. If we equip here, that's 5 to them. Yeah, we'll just do this. They have another Liliana, that's okay.
Fine, I'll take my zombies.
We can... Oof. Oof. Okay, that's alright. So we go Phoenix Chick. We're still in the running here. We'll exile 2 cards. Yeah. Ancestral Anger. And hit for 3. Opponent down to 4. So that malfunction was very good. Ooh. Okay. So I think we have it here. So we get to play Rabbit Battery. We get to attack with both. And then Crescendo the other one. Good game. We're going to keep this. This looks good. We're on the draw, unfortunately. Bang of Shigeki. I feel like that's pretty bad against this particular hand that we have. With the flyers. Okay, Beast Caller. I think we're just going to kill this thing now while it doesn't have any counters on it. Normally, I would save that to shoot them in the face with it, but in this particular case, I'm going to assume that the Beast Caller is pretty important to their deck. Card is quite powerful. Okay, opponent missing lands. So here we're going to Crescendo first, because perhaps we hit a land off the top. Alright, so let's play our land. We'll attack for 5. And I don't see why not. I'll just do this now. Yeah, keep this on top. We get to Crescendo again. Okay. Another Loam Speaker. Kami. Here we're going to do the same thing. We're going to Crescendo first. And we'll hit for 5. We don't have an attack with the Rabbit Battery, but we'll just play it out. And they need to find an answer for both of these flyers, because we hit them for 2, or they need to gain some life. We hit them for 2, and then Lightning Strike for the win. If we hit a land, we get to play 2 Lightning Strikes. This is just not good enough, unfortunately, for them. Doesn't have reach. No blocks. Alright, good game. If you made it this far, don't forget to drop a like down below and consider subscribing for future budget decks just like this one. We'll see you next time.